All right, man, let's get to work again. If you examine the story, not the legend, the story, the eternal story of Christ, and the Krishna, which means the enlightened one, which is Christ. If you, in life being eternal, grace being infinite, God being omnipotent, okay. If you understand what you're talking about when you open your faith-forsaken, greedy, little, angry, selfish, jealous mouth, okay. Pensamos primeros, okay. Before you speak, think, okay. If you examine the eternal spirit of Christ and all, the enlightened ones, Haile Selassie, Sun Yat-sen, Judah Krishnamurti, myself, David, Jesus, Muhammad, Krishna, Buddha, so forth, right? Okay. You understand why most people, and this is a large percent of the populace, because we're not living the applied physics of the Lord's Prayer, we're not sustaining it with the wisdom of Proverbs, the wisdom of Proverbs and the faith of Psalms, which is conclusively, with the teachings of Confucius, so forth, truth is truth. God's omniscient, omnipotent. Like Judah Krishnamurti before passing away with scientists, there's one thing these selfish cows can't mess with, and that's the origin of all things. So, we still have life, and we'll still have what's needed for life. So have faith and just love, all right? And so how much people hate Christ, they despise Christ, because they're jealous of him. Because he's right, they're wrong. He's good, they're bad. Okay, he's truth, they're lie. They always come up with some voodoo witch doctor bullshit. You take the lime and the coconut, drink it, and both up and drink, you know what I mean? And I'm certain, because I'm getting better feedback from the technology and its surveillance and its evidence collection and from the quantum computing, is that here's what they'll do at the fort. Like, that one guy, dying from cancer. And we both have cancer, because we all have cancer cells in the body. Only I'm surviving it better than him. And I go into remission and can recover rapidly, and he's going to die from it eventually, sooner than later. And he's probably already dead. That was like in 2013 or 14 when he fussed me out in the parking lot with his Cowboys for Cancer bumper sticker. And I'm talking to him because I'm empathetic for him, because my mom was murdered by the cancer industry and the medical industry. And so I'm trying to talk to him. He goes, I'm dying from cancer and I'm not your brother. It's like, no, you're my little bastard child and you're a little shit. And you can't honor the truth of your father, so you're going to suffer and die from cancer. Okay, and it's happening to me because of assholes like you. It killed my mother to make me mad at assholes like you. And I'm mad at assholes like you, and I didn't need you to kill my mom with cancer to keep me mad at assholes like you. I will continue to be mad at assholes like you till you submit to Lord's Prayer or your technology exterminates you and reboots you. Because when it exterminates you and reboots you, then you can free the soul from the prison formed by the mind that's jealous. And when you're living the Lord's Prayer, it's much harder to form that prison for the mind that's jealous. Right? It's muy fácil. You don't have to be as dumb as those two lawyers comforting that kid who's suing El Paso for $8 million and it's not an admission of guilt. Okay. It's like, yes, it is. Okay. You had cops that were doing their job because the job is criminal, because you're not living the Lord's Prayer. They coerced a confession out of the kid to keep their job performances at a maximum. He's a bad kid anyway. He was hanging out with gangbangers. He was hanging out with thugs. He was hanging out with the wrong kids. He deserves it. If he didn't do it, he was going to end up doing it. Okay. And that's their logic. And now it cost you $8 million, but that's okay because money's not real. And he goes around destroying the planet, going to Las Vegas, buying lots of clothes, buying lots of cars, buying lots of Humvees, driving around the desert. They're trying to manipulate technology to make sure that they find ways through toxic environments, through economic competition, to kill off those people as rapidly as humanly possible. Okay, their science projects are so bad. You can't begin to... And so they'll sit there like with that guy at the fort that we talked about earlier, the cancer guy, right? Oh, yeah, they'll believe in Jesus and God and all that. But this guy is corrupted by Rockefeller's ego and wants to deny God and deny Jesus as God and wants to replace Jesus with his ego. Okay, and they'll tell them that. And so the technology through the genome sequencing and understanding people's brain activities, where they're doing genocidal operations because they're addicted to it and playing God with technology, they know the right thing to say to everybody at White Sands and Fort Huachuca to keep them hating me and being addicted to what they're doing. Okay. All you have to just look up and go, people tell me that you really know the right things to say, especially when you're trying to get your way. Gonna be careful, gotta be smart, gotta look out for my heart. And your heart is has foreskin on it. You're the Washington Foreskins. You know what Gabe called the Redskins before they changed their name to the Commanders? Oh, they sure can follow commands real well. Forgive that trespass, love one another, people. Beer snake. It's defend the beer snake time, right? And so when you got all these people, and you got to realize just how much you have to sit down and take a look at yourself, take one big RESPECT. I shouldn't show you any. Well, I have to respect your life, and I expect the glory of the soul, but I have to respect your wretched, jealous, pervert fucking mind that makes your body go around doing what you consider legalized abuse and sexual abuse and rape. When you tie a woman into an economic contract with your comic book debate bullshit. Oh, Jesus is the God of the Bible, and I am like Jesus, but I'm not as good to be like Jesus, but he's going to be where I live when I die in the refuge I've invented in my brain. And you're like, that fucker's still talking. He's still talking. That's criminal. You have the First Amendment. They have the First Amendment. They can have 400,000 views because they want to set up those people for genocide. Because they'll all jump into camouflage and Kevlar and go mass murder the poor for the rich to maintain the status quo for one of them to possibly rich. You're in the army now. You're not behind the plow. You'll never get rich by digging a ditch. You're in the army now, right? Hey, live the Lord's Prayer. Don't stop and stare and defecate on your underwear. If you do, we'll just deliver it to you in a brown package in a brown or white van down the road, down your street. Okay. These are the people in your neighborhood. In your neighborhood, they're the people. What you need, you don't have to walk down the street. You just have to turn on a device and listen to them fucking keep talking. Show me that smile again. Shut up. Kurt, you are an asshole. You've been formed by, this isn't an overnight thing. Okay? You've been an asshole like this with assholes like you and having your kids accept your asshole as reality for long before the Bible was ever written down. And if you can't tell us for that, you left behind, bitch. You left behind. And you leave your behind me because I don't want to fucking hear it talk. Because you talk out your ass for money all the motherfucking time and say Jesus told you to do it. You like Earl Roberts and them Jerry Falwell ass motherfuckers, and I don't like listening to you talk. And I don't give a shit if you don't like the way I talk, because if you wasn't fucking talking shit for money, I wouldn't be cussing you out for it, you dirty little rotten bastard. Okay. It wasn't Family Matters. It was, what was the name of that? What would we do, baby, if what else? Was that the one with the lesbian woman that was married to the guy that they all talk shit about because he was tired of being married to a lesbian for 20 years? And who in their right mind wouldn't be tired of being married to a lesbian that hated sex with men for 20 years? That David Burney's a mean bastard. Yeah. Okay. Guys, I was married to a lesbian woman for 5 years. Okay. And we only spent time in the same dollar for 2 years. And that was a sentence from hell. I can't imagine what it would be like to be two people in the propaganda industry putting on a public smile face for, hey, happy face for people. We're just the best woo-hoo-hoo propaganda couple in the history of propaganda couples for 20 fucking years. I just don't know why I said, did we sign a prenup? You need to pack up your things and go, Blondie. Because I want a Blondie that likes dick, doesn't treat me like a dick. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Oh, fuck. Really? Seriously? Can I get a Tiffany Haddish hoot out of that? No, you people watching the Kimmel Show? Okay, assholes. Okay, go steal children's Halloween candy and tell them nobody likes Mounds, and everybody likes Mounds. It has good taste. We in New Mexico, like Mounds. We like dark chocolate, coconut covered in dark chocolate. We also like macaroons. Well, we have good taste in treats. Well, Skittles will plug up your intestine and kill you. Okay, Mounds, that's chocolate and coconut. Oh, that's going to help you move your bowels, and you're going to get a sugar rush out of it. You're going to get some energy. You can go dance in the barn. You can shoot some hoops. You can turn on your air conditioners. You can listen to your music. You can listen to Ella Fitzgerald. You can listen to Nancy Wilson. You can listen to Pick Up the Pieces and Cut the Cake. Average white bands. Okay, do you understand? Yeah. Pick up the pieces. Oh, yeah. I think right now the way this is working I wouldn't have it work any other way. I would rather have a private audience to try to get the perverts that have slammed us into hell with their pornography over tens of thousands of years to try to get them correct themselves, to make it available to the public, and all the public sit there and go, what the fuck is he talking about? I don't know. I've been head fucked, and I'm one of the people they interview on the Kimmel Show and the Tonight Show out on the street. Oh, yeah, it won't hurt when I fall down from this bar stool. It won't hurt when I stumble in the street. Even whiskey cannot heal your hurting me, right? What Indian reservation is this? It's the United States of America. Yeah, it's an Indian reservation. Well, not really. We really don't have that much Indians on reservation. The Indian reservation that you know is the Indian reservation, that is a real Indian reservation that is properly named the Indian reservation, is a land called India, where there's lots of Indians that have reservations about being alive and always pray to their imagination to come back as the Raj, and have the Raj come back as a banana slug, because if you come back as a cow, everybody will worship you as a god, and your life is miserable, their life is miserable, but nobody gets to enjoy a Burger King or a McDonald's. But you don't want to enjoy that. Why? Because it's food held hostage by a bunch of creeps. Mary Ann Burgers. That's it. The best. Ask Amy Sue. Yeah, Mary Ann Burgers. Fresh beef, minced onions, okay, garlic salt. Okay, and then that's it. You just put it in the that's Mary Ann Burger. Okay. And then you do it up and stuff, and then what you're going to do is you're going to get some onions, slice them up, you're going to get some batter, you're going to put them in a deep fryer. You're going to put that on it. Okay, she's healthy and she's not being chemically poisoned by Phoenix, Arizona or San Antonio. Okay, any place is all right as long as I can forget I've ever known her. I don't do that with Steffi or Amy. Okay. Or Raquel or La. Okay. Memories pressed between the pages of my mind. And you shallow bags of shit, you know. I have one moment with a shallow hell moment for like 13 seconds with Maria Barnes, with the girls that, you know, some that I think, you know, because they won't want to go off and move to Charlotte or Orlando to live Nick Cannon culture, and thinking, okay, okay, you know, and I had one shallow hell moment. I feel guilt for it for the rest of my life. If any of you felt guilt for anything twice as bad that you do on a daily fucking basis, that would be great. Go in the fucking Sun Bowl. Okay, so you know what I'm saying? So they're assholes. You have no concept what assholes you guys are until you can be David Rockefeller and Philip Rothschild, have virtual presence in your domicile and monitor your brain activity on a daily basis and compare it to someone like me, and then you. There's you and then there's me. Okay, forgive and trespass level on term 5 foot piece. Be tortured by pervert scientists and be mocked by pervert jocks that mass murder over brain chemical addiction, you know, in my hometown. And then have the local jocks that come in from Texas and catch footballs laugh at me and say, really? Seriously? I'm going to lie to you? I don't want you to suck my dick. I don't want you anywhere near my dick. Why would I lie to you to get something from you? Why don't you go lie to somebody to get something you want? But money's lie. You got plenty of that. Go use that. Okay? Go buy you some Dippin' Dots and go to the clothing store and get you some hot clothes. Can you look for good for all the dumb girls that think money is more valuable than my love? My love. Don't. Now, he pissed me off. Anybody who fronts on me and laughs on me and then tells me they respect me does not respect anything worth respecting. I'm the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. Okay? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Okay, I am the Christ. And I cuss a lot. Hypocrite, heathen, he did too. Okay, you know what the word hypocrite means? Hypocrite means an actor, a pimp, a murderer, a person who invents their own laws to prostitute. Heathen is the person that is the John buying the shit, trying to get to the top of the stairs. Okay? Nobody cares about the guy on the bottom. Well, the lowest low is the highest of the high. And I'm on the bottom. And guess who's watching you, watching me through this technology, through Rockefellers and Rothschilds' inventions, through your taxpayer dollars and your top tech. And who's cleaning up your mess? El Cristo, Count of Monte Cristo. But I don't Monty my money, because money ain't real. I Monty my brother-in-law because I love my Monty. I love Monty. Okay. I love Monty and Mitch very much. You know, they've been good husbands and good fathers to their kids to the best of their ability in this hellhole. I love my brother-in-laws very much. I love Dave. Bob, I love Bob. Bob's just real hard to love. Bob's an ass. And Bob knows he's an ass, but he thinks he's justified in being an ass because other people are bigger asses than Bob. And it's like, who's a bigger ass than Bob Zink is? That we know. Yeah, he's always an ass to all of us. It's like, but no one you know, Bob, is a bigger ass than you. All the people that are bigger asses than you vote for public office. Yeah. Or watch them on Fox News, C-SPAN, or MSNBC and bitch about them. Yeah. Seriously? Serious. So I was like, yeah, come on now. Yeah. His daughters are manipulated by the military mindset and my sister's Stockholm syndrome into the military mindset, so I understand that. And I'm very patient. I love my nieces. Tori's a spunky little spunk. Mallory's a total sweetheart that wants to get away from Christian oppression and bullshit. And every time she tries to get away from it, she ends up getting into it, and then it gets her trapped, and then she gets her kids, and she's like, how do I raise my kids to not be assholes like the guys at the Christian churches? This is hard. She's in Lake Jackson, Texas. That's difficult. It's really difficult. And you can't get the black guys that well right now because the tribalism is so fucked. It's more of getting back at the man than it is loving the woman. That's bullshit. I know! They thought that was with me. No, it had nothing to do with dick measuring. No. Guys, you don't come into a dick measuring contest with half the battle between your legs, okay, and expect to win. Okay. I didn't fuck women. I made love with women. That's why I had the best sexual reputation in the history of Phoenix, Arizona, Doña Ana County, New Mexico, Santa Fe, New Mexico, Sheridan, Wyoming. Everywhere I went. Cumberland County, North Carolina. Guys, Cumberland County in North Carolina is like 70% black, y'all. I have the best sexual reputation in the history of Cumberland County, North Carolina. Okay, that means Biggest Dickus got his ass kicked by Dinkelman. Boom, 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 boom. Ice, ice, baby. Okay, it's funny. Licky, boom, boom, intelligent. It's funny. I know I'm the hot stepper, murderer. I'm the mayor. We don't know. We don't die. We multiply everywhere I go. Okay, faith multiplies times 10, times 20, times the fifth, the fifth. Yes, faith. And people, and you can talk to him. He's right. But it's always the poor people. The rich, it's not the poor people. The abused people. Okay, let's fix our language. Fix our language, persons. There we go. The abused people. The abusive people perceive themselves as rich. Okay, you use an invention called money. You use inventions you call laws on paper to manipulate people with people's acceptance of it because they're all selfish, and then the abused have to accept it because if you don't, the selfish have the laws to kill you and incarcerate you. Don't and figure you get incarceration, intoxication, and suicide. Some say there's no God. It's a mad, mad world we're living in. Sad, sad world we're living in, right? So, Earl, how you feeling? I'm tolerable, man. You know me. I'm gorgeous, right? I don't need approval from a bunch of shitty, bitchy assholes to understand just how gorgeous I am. I don't need some diva to show up in an Escalade, hop out, and say, I'm sorry, I was so stupid. It's like, yeah. Okay, you stand up for the Lord's Prayer? Then you're still so stupid. Come back till you stand up for the Lord's Prayer publicly. Okay, then we'll talk. Okay. Bye. Bye-bye. Say hi to Element and Mr. Butters. Don't pet him. Especially Element. Do not touch him. Okay. Don't touch him. That brother, he's got an attitude. He will scratch you. Okay. He scratched a poor little sweet lady that brought him over. He grabbed a hold of her shirt. Okay, she had him within distance. I was like, whoa. No, Butters did his thing. But Mr. Butters is just like, yeah. It's hard to be a cat anytime, but 21st century sucks. It doesn't it, though? It's better for cats now than it was when they used to eat them. Well, when they used to kill cats and eat cats, and you had a bunch of Mexicans and Koreans that were starving because you were abusing them with economics, how hard on what was the cat? Oh, dead, eat in the pot, right? Is that torture? Is that incarceration, intoxication, suicide? Some say there's no God. No, it's life being abused by perverts. You know, that's life. It's life being abused by perverts. Life being cherished by the Christ is forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace, faith, the Psalms, wisdom, of Proverbs. Okay, we ain't doing that. Okay, so that's life being abused by perverts like you, comic book debaters, comic book salesmen. I need more money to pay my bills. Bills ain't real, but the Christ is. And I's the Christ, and you a bitch. And you need to stop shutting up, for money, motherfucker. You Bugs Bunny, motherfucker. That's all you is Bugs Bunny and Rocky and Muggsy and shit. You ain't shit, boy. You opera with Elmer Fudd. I killed the wabbit. I killed the wabbit. Killed the wabbit. And doing Carmen in a fucking barber chair. That's all you is, man. You doing manicures to big red furry things referred to as a monster, and it must be your religion. Or you're turning Dracula into a bat from Poughkeepsie with a Habakkuk Pocus. Pocus Cadabra. Right? That's all you is. You're a joke. Every time you masturbate, the joke is in your hand. Because you keep replicating that joke with, your seed, I'm planting my seed. Yeah. And a woman only acts like a bitch when she's being fucked by one. Girl. I'm a man. Yes, I'm not a dog. I call people dogs as a term of endearment because I really enjoy and like dogs. But that don't mean I believe they are a dog and going to get a license for them, get them their rabies shots, and have them live on my patio. Girl. Shit. Okay. Boom, ba boom, boom, ba doom, ba boom, boom, ba doom, ba-na-na-na-na-na. I profess now with jest because the words we manifest, they will take use. I said we. Why? Well, because life's eternal and grace is infinite, and I'm not holy and righteous all by myself. All right? So, yeah. When I was young, I never needed anyone. Making love was just for fun. Those days are gone. All by myself. I like Never Gonna Fall in Love Again, but I do like All by Myself. That's my Patrick's favorite. But I never had Never Gonna Fall in Love Again when he was a kid, and if he'd listened to that, he probably might have liked it just as much as his old pops, and stuff like that. I still, shit. I might get a card together and put some pictures and videos together of him and his mom and his kids, about Casimir and stuff, and, because the other one got lost, apparently. And put it in a little manila thing and send it to him with a bunch of music. This is and get it and organize it on the computer. This is Johnny Rodriguez. This is Tommy Edwards that Dad loved but never had for you to listen to. And this is Ella Fitzgerald. This is Nancy Wilson, that Grandma knew existed but did not share them with your father. So we're gonna have to talk to Grandma about that one. What were you thinking, Mom? I like Barbra Streisand too. But for Schnugga, Mom, it's Ella Fitzgerald and Nancy Wilson there. I mean, even Barbra Streisand was, you denied the kid Ella Fitzgerald and Nancy Wilson? Marianne, what were you thinking? That's child abuse and neglect. Oh, Bill Nye does. Don't listen to Bill Nye. He's stupid. He's full of shit. He doesn't have any good taste. He doesn't have good taste enough to apply the physics of the Lord's Prayer and share it globally. Okay? He's an asshole. He makes lots of money for abusing people with his ego. Don't listen to Bill Nye. He's full of shit. Okay? It's true. Nothing so because I know. All right, that's Earl. It's what's amazing is my faith and grace and the way I can teach the Gospels and keep a sense of humor. And it helps my immune system. I'm being selfish, according to professional assassins of Fort Huachuca. I'm being selfish because I need the laughter to keep my immune system going, to keep me alive. Otherwise, my body will shut down and die. So that's why I need to, be able to talk and get a message out across to people. So I'm being selfish, according to professional assassins that work off of your taxpayer dollars, which are an invention of wackadoodles like you, to kill people to maintain your money being more valuable than our life and time. That's just basically crazy. I know. It's just fucking. I just happen to be one of the most intelligent people in the world. When Michio Kaku talks, he's like, "Don't let Parsons talk in front of people. I won't have a job at NYU anymore. Fucking kids' minds and the one put their brain on a robot to after we kill all the humans, see if the cats will turn into flying cats to kill all the rats in New York City's death, decay, and disease that kills all humans, but somehow roaches can survive it. That's disgusting, isn't it, though? Soylent Green, Omega Man. Soylent Green, Omega Man. Soylent Green. iRobot. Ay. 1984. Animal Farmer. Okay. You fuckers are sick, man. Go Jules Vervoorn and build a time machine. Why would you want to build a time machine? to try to reverse a natural disaster or somebody getting killed because we're not living the Lord's Prayer, and she was murdered by a guy in the park because he wanted to steal her engagement ring. Right, because he was poor and didn't care about them because they were rich and didn't care about him because no one was living the Lord's Prayer. Okay, I just fixed your Jules Verne there. All right, have a nice day. I do this all the time. Okay, I do it with Asimov. I do it with Pasternak. I do it with Dante. I do it with his Inferno. I do it with Machiavelli. I mean, I just do okay. I do it with Sun Tzu. It's like okay, it's like they put it in front of me and I go okay. But if you would have done that and turned left in Albuquerque, you'd be at the Carrot Festival instead of having Elmer Fudd put a gun in your face. I killed a wabbit. He killed a wabbit. Okay, do you understand? Oh, how cripky of you. You just got the contract with the government for the guidance system. Can you guide yourself to peace and not be a commander causing for us to have spring beer snakes in the District of Columbia? Assholes. Assholes. Mister, you just brought a knife to a gunfight. I'm going to beat your ass into a mud hole and splash it dry. Rip off your head and spit down the slimy hole. Okay? You politicians and super soldiers. All politicians and super soldiers are either steers or queers, and I ain't seen no horns on you. None of you are fans for Belgium or Norway, are you? I'm just kidding. Horns because they got them Viking hat things, those little plastic Viking hats they buy. Yeah, more death and decay wasted on superficial frivolity instead of used for a container for food so it doesn't go bad, so children can eat and have food and not be sick and die and perish and suffer and then get sick from the toxins and the stress of moving it around and then end up in a hospital being bombarded by radiation and saying, hey, they love you. It's health care. They're really healthy. They really care. Don't listen to them. They're not William Smokey Robinson and the Temptations. Don't listen to them. They're full of shit. Yeah. The sun is cold, and with money they're poor. Yeah, because money makes you poor. But living the Lord's Prayer makes you wealthy beyond your imagination. Using your imagination, damn Oompa Loompas. Go play soccer in New York with a bunch of crazy people in a developer's nightmare. Okay, but you can go have sex with Kylie Jenner. She's cute. Yeah, she is cute. Okay, sex with her. If she ain't thinking too good, you might want to reevaluate how you're thinking there. How many roads must a man walk down before he can, how many times when a man look up before he can see the sky? The answer, my friend, I'm just a voice howling in the wilderness. I love John the Baptist. I love Haile Selassie too. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. Get over yourself. Okay, do you understand? Comic book debater. Okay, you're funny. Hey, I got a lot of people, they're close relatives of my cousins, praying for, Selassie to come in and clean up things. It's like I didn't already do that by January 22nd, 2013. Selassie says, go clean your own ass, okay? Because if you do not wash your ass, if you wash your ass, and you do not wash your asshole, then your whole ass will stink, right? You see the color of your skin as you. You see your genitalia as you. You see your mind as a prison for the soul that is contained in the color of your sin and your genitalia, okay? A woman that judges you by the size of your penis is a whore. What do you care what she thinks of you? Okay, I won't be going to Jamaica anytime soon. I may never go there. Okay, you know me about islands and bugs and humidity and stuff like that. If you want to visit me, you're going to have to come to me, okay? And you're going to have to make sure it's done in the right way. So you better make sure they have those monorails that I talked about when I worked at Southwest Airlines. You better make sure that you travel safely and slowly. So if you come all the way from Jamaica or Miami to see me, it may take you, it's going to take a sentimental journey. So, and then get to the Gila and go, wow, it's really pretty and nice up here. I can see why the Apache people liked it so much up here. And the Members people, yeah, wow. This is Jerry Aviar's family's traditional homes. Yep. Gabe and Mike's father. Mm-hmm. Wow. And the Provincios? The Provincios migrated up through Mexico and have Spanish in them from the Iberian Peninsula, from the occupation of the Moors of, Africa. Ooh, yeah, back to Africa. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. Right. So, it's the most logical, most illogical thing. That's if you're selling movies for Disney. But if you're living the gospel's life's eternal, grace is infinite, and faith compels you and guides you to be where you need to be, to do what needs to be done for us to live the commands of Jesus Christ, life goes on just perfectly. Everything's the way that it should be. But sometimes I can't help but feel like my heart feels like aching. And anywhere is where I'd rather be. Oh, Emily, I love my Emily. And my Kate, she's so strong. And Natalie isn't as strong as you think. A lot of people diagnose her as a narcissist because she's been abused emotionally, mentally, and sexually by military intel. And so she uses her charisma to go and get what she wants to feel comfortable. But if you step out of line, she's going to correct you. You have to do everything the way she wants it to keep her comfortable, or you're not going to get comfort from her. She's a lot like her mom. And her dad's too big of a dumbass. He's always too busy getting high because he wants to do everything what he sees as the easy way, because he doesn't like to put in the work, because he doesn't like responsibility, because responsibility makes him feel like he's in a gilded cage, instead of appreciating the beauty of the gifts of a woman's love and children's gratitude for a mom and dad that love one another and love them. Dumbasses. I got your ass right in front of me, and you might be Lucy holding a football, but I'm kicking it over the tree, I tell you. Okay? I ain't Charlie Brown. I'm Earl Parsons. Faster than Charlie Brown. Can jump higher than Charlie Brown. She won't even see me coming. Hey, thanks for holding the ball there, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. You're welcome. Okay. You do understand why David Rockefeller and Philip Rothschild hated you? They couldn't do the job. Well, they're not the gracious good shepherd, that has faith in God. They couldn't fix themselves. They're bad brain activity. So they're like, okay, well, I want to be rebooted and live in a world where Parsons is the standard and not people like my grandpa. And that makes perfect sense if you study me and you understand me and your computer explains it to you. Okay, this is a Rothschild, this is a Rockefeller, this is Earl Parsons. Oh, I want Earl Parsons to be my dad, just like all the kids in lockup used to say to him when he worked with the kids in lockup. Why can't you be my dad? Life's eternal and grace is infinite. You play to Jesus a lot? I think I already am. Okay, I'm pretty sure. I wouldn't think, I'm pretty certain. Certain as the dirt and the curtain, the zamp and lamp, and even the toothbrush on the toothbrush, yeah. All right, guys, I love you very much. Stop hating Christ, start loving him. If you can't do that, it's okay. I love Christ enough. I don't have to love me, Earl, the way you think you got to love you. You just got to embrace the truth and then finally understand how to have faith in the truth, and then faithful love will become you too. And then you'll be capable of loving others, and then the love you grope for in vain and the love you think you need to give yourself will be shared with you, because you'll finally be worthy of faithful love, because you'll understand how to faithfully love. All right? Boom, ba-da, boom, boom, ba-doom, ba-da, boom, boom, ba-doom.